this, who you played the other day. What's up, Vanguardians? This is Jonathan S.P. Mindam here with a very fun after-hours live stream. Today we got a really fun crew, and we're going to have really a couple of good topics. And I have a couple of commentators I want to introduce real quick, and we'll start on the end as how I see him. Mr. Blake Broussard. Say hi, Blake.
What's up?
Mr. Edward Leon.
How's it going?
There we go. Mr. Greg De Palma. Gregory,
What's up, guys?
or what do you prefer?
Greg's fine.
All right. Mr. Gage Calise.
Hello.
And the one and only Robbie Cole.
I'm only here because John made me.
Yes, the force to the head, or gun to the temple.
Oh, yeah.
You know you wanted to be here to talk about the fun issue of Vanguard versus Yu-Gi-Oh! Something you've talked about quite a bit. So. But I want to start out actually talking about Generation Booster 3. I want to talk about that first. I want to know what you guys thought about that and what your favorite cards were and things like that. I did a set review the other day, but I didn't get to really go into any detail. What about you, Edward? What did you think of the set?
It was really interesting because Kagero actually isn't the most popular thing in there. So it was kind of weak on the Kagero side, and I feel like it's stronger on the dark irregular side. So maybe Bushiroad is just seeing the light and changing up things, not going to their usual gold Kagero Shadow Paladin tricks.
You know, I was really shocked because they gave Blade Master a crit trigger, and I was like, are we gonna?
You know they're gonna see some more support for him.
What's that?
You know that you're gonna see more support for him.
Yeah, it makes me believe, like, what will they do with those? Like, plus, are we gonna see other ones get them? We haven't seen Neo Nectar. We haven't seen what's Aqua Force? Savis. Right? Yeah, we haven't seen anything for them. What about you, Blake? What did you like from it?
Come back to me. I'm still looking at the cards.
What? How do you know the card of the day flooded the group? How about you, Greg?
Because there's no Novas in this damn set.
I like the gold stuff. It's just kind of interesting to me. I like the new idea of superior guarding. It's kind of cool. But as a competitive standpoint, I think the shadow stuff will be really sweet. So.
Which one was that? That was Night of Rising Sunshine?
Yeah.
Something like that?
It's like Gurguit. I don't even. I don't know.
Alright, let's be honest. Just call it Sunshine.
We'll call it Sunshine. I mean, it's a cool idea. Let's be fair.
I don't know if I like Gold Paladins going defensive though. And their counterblast thing or their persona flip was like call a unit for every. Look at the top 5. Call unit for every face-up G-zone card. So if you would say you do the effect twice and you do that effect, you could literally only call 5 cards. Like you're not gonna have like more calling. I mean, I guess you wouldn't want it, but like just a variety. Just to look at the top of the cards.
Yeah.
It doesn't really scream like getting a crit, getting power. Like like that's just a weird card because what if you call 5 triggers?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
Well, they could be catch goals, so you'll be fine.
Well, if they're catch goals, it would be one thing. But I just still feel like that's just not the greatest like persona stride.
my favorite of the cards was the trigger for Bluish Flames is search out a Bluish Flame card. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, like that's good for them, but like the new stride stuff, I don't feel like really was as beautiful as it should have been. Like their generation break is like counterblast 1, look at the top 4, call a unit, give it 2,000. That's cool. Like that's what was really needed for something very simplistic. And then of course, sorry.
Fits their theme.
Yeah. And then like the generation break 2 card's amazing. It's like, oh, look at the top 2 cards and call them to the Guardian Circle.
So good.
Which, I mean, against certain decks that says you can't call grade 1s or, above or whatever, I mean, that gets around that.
Still not sure what I would mix it with yet. I mean, there's not a whole lot. Probably.
I mean, I don't know what more you would want to do with Gold Paladins. Like, they really, maybe Spec Duke.
You just really want that damn stick?
It's not a bad grade 3 alternate.
Yeah.
Not
I
at
mean,
all.
it really isn't.
And you get a ride chain with it, which is not bad.
And you can just call your limit break enabler randomly. Just top
Yep.
deck it.
That'd be so beautiful.
Best way to do it.
Just top deck it. POP.
Look at top 4, call limit break enabler, let's go. I don't know. Dark Irregulars got, like you said, the love that they needed.
Very
Absolutely.
Much so.
Very much so.
I think their stride is like one of the best. The Persona stride is really good. It has
Guild
3
Arise.
effects, literally next to nothing. 6, 10, and 15, I think, in Soul, which is really just nothing.
10 in Soul you can do in pretty much one turn.
I want to talk about what this draw trigger for Dark Regulars is going to be renamed to. I don't think Bushiroad's going to let Endless Boozer be continued as a name.
And this Oozer?
Boozer. Boozer. Like drunk.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. If they don't change that, but they change my boy White Hank, I'm gonna have a real problem with that.
I mean, you never know. There's a basketball player with the name Boozer.
What is it referencing to, though? Like, what would be... Like, usually their stuff all equals something.
Endless Boozer, dude, he's got a bottle in his hand. He's talking
Yeah,
about
he has
drinking.
Yeah, I think he's just a drunk.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll change it. I don't know.
I'd be a drunk too if I were. Oh, dude, they're new.
Does it at
new
least have an effect?
tails.
Does it have an effect?
No.
Oh.
No, their stand trigger does. Their stand trigger has an effect. It's soul charge 1, put it into the deck. If you got 6 cards or more, flip a card up, and if you got 10 or more, draw a card.
What would be a really good, like, drunk name? Like, Endless Carl.
Jonathan.
Yeah, Endless Jonathan. I like
Dude.
it.
Well, alright, to answer the question, I like the Dark Regulars. Their arts just look badass. Like, have you seen this Werewolf Jaeger?
Yeah, their art is way better than what it was. I feel like they got the right artist for Dark Regular. We don't have to look at any trees anymore.
I want to find this person and shake their fucking hand.
What grade is that, Werewolf?
Which one? Werewolf Jaeger is grade 2, 10. He's the 10K.
Oh,
He
okay.
looks badass, though.
I don't know. Robbie, what did you think of all the new Shadow Paladin stuff? Still shit?
I think this set's very passive for competitive play, believe it or not. Nothing seems too spectacular.
Can I ask a question, Robbie?
Saying this
What?
with gasoline in his hand.
John, this isn't a bad question, trust me. All right, Robbie,
It's after hours.
we all want to know. Oh, that's true. For Monday Night Wars, did you net deck Pete?
No.
There was rumors, there was speculation.
Yo, Pete was asking me for Shadow Paladin advice a couple weeks back on one of the threads.
All I'm saying is that there were rumors going around that you net deck Pete. I'm not going to name any specific
Pete
features
made
that
me
said
wanna-
this, but
Pete made me want to blow my brain out when he opened up Creeping Dark Goat. Like,
Oh, no. So you did watch it.
no. But going back to Jonathan's question, I haven't seen anyone bitch about anything on like the Facebook groups yet, which is kind of good because that means the set's kind of more balanced. And it's kind of unusual coming out in a set that's supposed to be super good with Link Joker support. That you figure you'd get a little bit more hype behind it, but no one has said anything, and I haven't seen anything that's like, oh my god, this card's the next broken thing.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm
what you're
kind of
saying is, Robbie, it's balanced.
I'm saying that this is a very balanced set from their marketing standpoint. Now, that's not without saying that the next set might be the same, because you have to remember we had 2 very powerful sets. So for a set to come out that's designed to be more balanced now means that either there's going to be some kind of restriction coming on the current format to balance things out, or we're going to have something that's going to overshadow in set 4 or 5.
have you guys seen the new stand trigger for the Shadows, the Cursed Eye Raven?
No, I haven't.
It's a Generation Break 1. Rest that unit, rest the stand trigger, and then put it at the top of the deck. Shuffle your deck, and then look at the top 2 cards of the deck and call them a separate rearguard as rest. And then you have to retire them at the end of the turn.
What the hell?
So-
Why would you want to rest it, though, if it's just going to the back of the bottom of the deck or whatever? Is
Well,
that
it's part of the cost, but I mean, if you think about it, you can use that in, because you're going to have to sacrifice stuff for their effects. So you call it out, you get the free +2.
It's also a stand, though.
Alright, so if you have a grade 3 and that stand trigger, and you stride into Diablo, that stand trigger is your friend now.
Yeah.
But if that situation doesn't arise, then it's kind of useless. So it's situational. Some people run it, some won't. Maybe a 2-of in the deck.
I know the Shadow Paladins, though, in any deck you ever want to run stands. I mean, they just are about removing their field. I mean, they don't have a hard time making up for their stuff.
I will say this, though. Someone in Japan has to know something, because the price of that Phantom Blaster Overlord over there and stuff is, like, expensive as shit now. So someone knows something I don't.
So we just need to wait till the next tournament happens?
Pretty much.
Probably.
I don't
all of a sudden, Robbie and Peter are going to...
Okay, so Robbie, hold on. I got a couple more Shadow Paladin questions for you, because, like, I want to know what your thoughts on this Witty Revenger Tyron is. Tyron.
Absolutely awesome.
All right, so Tyron's the one that when I Legion, you can't guard with grade 1s that turn, right?
No, you can't call guards from your hand.
Wait, which
okay,
one is
it's
this?
that one.
They have to choose one to retire, or they can't guard.
And best part is, it's till end of turn. Like, your opponent... Oh no, it says until end of battle, if she does.
You have to pay the cost every time.
So let's take a look at this, Jonathan, with visuals. All right. So you have to play this card because this card is good.
I gotta read this again. When you're Vanguard Legion, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your...
It gets that effect twice. So
yeah, so basically, you until every battle, so it's basically end of turn. You have to retire something or else you can't guard.
Yeah, but...
For Counterblast.
I think Robbie first.
Am I the only one seeing that like super good?
That Abyss play.
No, it's a real good card.
Stupid.
Yeah, but with Abyss counterblasting, what, 2 itself?
Okay,
It's just, that's only 3. That's not a lot.
I mean, you're also getting enough flip PG.
The Blaster Dark Revenger and the Doran combo.
Okay,
Most players will
Yeah, but if you run it, it says till the end of that battle, meaning you have to do it twice for PBA.
Yeah, you would remove. They'd have to retire 2 units no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is, how are you gonna play it?
I would take out Masquerade or Macard's stupid at whatever that grade.
You don't play Masquerade anymore. You have to play Maka.
Okay, take out why? No, stop that.
Maka.
No.
A non-Revenger in a Revenger deck.
Because here's the problem. Maka is your solution to the mirror match, which is very critical. All that background noise. Jeez.
And there are going to be a lot of fucking mirror matches.
I don't even think that. It allows you to unflip, right?
No. Wait, what?
What does Maka do?
Maka lets you counterblast 1, call a grade 1 from the deck. So you call the Soul Blast 1 and you repopulate your column after you attack.
It's for Generation Break, right? I'd rather run this and just go all ham.
I mean, like, I understand it, but the point is, in the mirror match, it's all going to be about generating what you can back, you know?
So if I attack twice with my Phantom Blaster, and I'm assuming I'm going to get crits, but if I don't, and if I attack them twice and they can't guard, I mean, regardless of what you have in your hand, you're taking a huge risk. I mean, it's not a bad. I can see both plays. But I feel like it's like...
I was going to say, in the mirror match, I think this is a really good card, because if you your opponent just got done doing Abyss and they retire 3 units, and you attack one of their rear guards, they can't guard both. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, but I mean, the same thing is, like, you've sacrificed your field, though, so I can just kill you on the next turn with Diablo. Like, it's a major double-sided coin.
Okay, but again, I think over consistency over what could. Like, I think this card is really good for a counterblast. I mean, restand.
I think the card's really good too. It's just I'm valuing Maka a little bit more than it at the moment.
But again, a non-Revenger unit, you couldn't sack it. What happens if you draw into like 2 of those, and then your whole strategy of Abyss is gone? So you might as well go for a Stride. Like, I feel like this card is really good, and for a rare is. There'll be some Japanese list that'll come out, Robbie, and you'll be like, "Oh, look, they just did exactly what I'm not doing." And then you'll be running it.
Watch nobody run what John just said.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got.
mean, even if Japan doesn't run it, it doesn't matter because they haven't won Worlds.
Shots fired. Japan's gonna fire
Robbie,
back.
what about the PBO or the Phantom Blaster Dragon? You talked about it. You said the price is going up, but what are your thoughts on that card in general?
Maybe we lost him again.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
I think we did.
His gravitational pull is just grabbing his router and just pulling it towards him.
He looked right. He looked to the right. Well, what do you guys think about PBD?
You will use it once and once only.
Pretty much.
Maybe.
But
Because-
ending ones, though, right? I mean, 2 crits.
I don't really care for him.
I mean, it's
You
cool.
gotta say more than that. Why don't you care for it? What's the
Hang
challenge?
on. I'm reading it so I can tell you exactly why I don't care for it.
I don't like that it's Soul Blast 3. That's kind of hefty in a deck that doesn't really build a soul.
They got a new trigger.
True. But think kind of like what Ed said. It's gonna
It
be.
can work at times, and at times it won't work. Kind of like that Ancient Dragon Stride that I talked about a long time ago. Because Grade 1 or greater can't guard, I mean, it's only going to happen once. And if you know it's coming, you're going to build for it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't like him because he doesn't go in the competitive build of Shadows currently. All main cards need a field to retire, so you're already having to retire 3, so you can't Abyss without dropping more from your hand, and you can't Diablo without dropping... Well, no. Diablo makes you retire 2, or them retire 2.
It's you both. You have to eat 3 when you swing.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So you can't do both, which is what bothers me. Without losing a lot of something.
So it's sack 3 for...
For
PvP.
don't get me wrong, it's a decent skill, but like you get a draw 2, and it's essentially whatever skill you're using is going to be paid for. But
So are people trying to go for the, I guess, the Ride then Persona Blast with Phantom Blast or Overlord?
you would have to because you can't Abyss with it. Because
Yeah.
it's on attack, you have to retire 3.
So 30. So what we'd get a 31 or 33 swing out of that with a crit.
33 swing, extra critical. Yeah.
And
It
I mean,
doesn't get a critical.
No.
No, from the
Probably.
We're
PvP.
seeing that.
for his own effect.
The Persona Blast for PvP.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me, we're talking about Phantom. Yeah.
Like
gotcha.
yeah, for that matchup. So you're
Yeah, so
going
33 swing, extra crit, and then your opponent can't guard.
So
Unless
we'll assume around 40k with a 7k booster, maybe,
Yeah.
because you have to sack 3. So who knows? So 33 with an extra crit they can't guard. I mean, if they're at 3 damage and you've been getting rid of their zeros, it'd be a hard it'd be a hard turn. But I don't feel like that'll happen every time. It's like a 50.
I think the Abyss play or Diablo play is still a lot scarier than that break ride will ever be.
Well, that's Robbie.
Run Diablo and that. I mean, I don't know what.
Eating a lot. You're eating a lot of things
You know,
without a Legion.
a lot of people though do. I mean, you got Sharon and you got David now. I mean,
That's sure.
you are paying for some of the cost there. And
Neither of them are Revengers though. Now.
Maka is really good boosted, helps fill the field. I mean, like those are cards that could work with this deck. It's just the soul charging that really gets me because you could do this on top of each other. You could break ride, get that effect.
Well, right, but those 2 retiring effects, neither of them are Revengers, I don't believe. So I hope you don't have a field full of them.
No. It's just retired 3 Shadow
I'm not even
Paladins.
talking about Revenger. I'm talking about pure like a blaster Diablo kind of like deck.
Okay, so the non-competitive version.
Yeah.
And, I mean, blaster decks are already doing well. A guy took a trial deck in Japan, opened it up, ran it in a tournament, and won with it. With a trial deck. Now, slight modifications, take out a few things here and there. You add this in. I mean, other than maybe the fact that it's because of limit breaks.
So he won with the Legend deck?
Yeah.
The one that's already pre-built when you get it? Ah.
But again, you take it, you modify it slightly, bam.
Well, that doesn't say a lot about it.
Well, the fact that they made a legend deck that
right.
can win on its own.
I'm gonna go to the YouTube chat. Angel Gonzalez came up with a good run. That how are you gonna use your sword breakers?
You're not going to use them anymore.
Why would you not play
Sword
the?
breakers.
Why would you not play the best card in the deck?
The Swordbreaker, if you're running a soul-based card, you're not going to want to run that. You're going to want to run...
Why would you not play a starter that's a +3? Like, I don't understand. It's the best starter
It
in the
works
game.
only for...
We're talking the PBD, dude.
You're like two different builds here. You're one Phantom Blaster Overlord, Phantom Blaster Dark. You're probably not going to want to run Sword Breakers, just because the fact that you're going to need that soul. If you're running again a more consistent like I guess Revenger build.
If you're gonna run the Phantom Blaster one, you won't need Swordbreaker because his skill lets you draw 2 anyway, so that's the Swordbreaker right there.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think it's worth it compared to what the other options are. For what it does, and in that deck, it'll be decent for sure, but that's about it.
I want Japanese do something with it.
All right, John. So I need to ask you a really stupid question, and I'm about to get called the worst Vanguard player because, like, I'm sick of not having a straight answer for this because I've heard too many different things.
All right, ask it.
Okay. So you remember that BS Metalborg Legion and that stupid Brawler Legion that gains the effect for every card in the heart or whatever it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But when you Legion, the Legion's supposed to only be 1 heart, correct, and not 2.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So
what's the clarification on this? Because I've heard 2 different ways, and I don't have an official source to back either one. And
this is based on what happened in Japan and how they ruled it, because if people were running the new elemental from Fighter's Collection, the one that says if you have a 10k or lower, add a grade 3 back to your hand.
Mm-hmm.
When you stride, you discard whatever, and because both are in the heart, you're not choosing; they're both there. So it's like, okay, there's a 9k and 11k. I'm going to just choose the 9k for this effect. But they're both there.
Yeah, you get both for hearts. The only thing you're actually picking is which one you get power and a name from. That's it.
So for the Metalborg stride, you will get to draw 2, and then for the Brawler stride, you can attack.
Yeah, and again, for anyone who's not like, again, this is not even geared towards you, Robbie. This is just common sense in Vanguard. Read the fucking card, guys. It says for hearts. The Brawler says if you have 2 in there. So when you do the same skill for like that card, it goes off. Like it's just like it's almost spelled out for you. Like I don't understand why people argue it and sit there and get their feelings hurt when they're like, oh, it's not how it works.
Oh, trust me. It's been argued so much that I've lost my own mind over it.
Yeah, I don't understand why it was so confusing in the first place.
The heart thing is the easiest one. I understand the stride thing, but the heart concept is there. It's 2 units in the heart. You don't have to choose one. It's because they're both there.
Yes.
That's why you can attack a full field of 6. That's why you can do the what is it? 2 cards you draw?
Yeah, draw 2.
Yeah. That's why it's that way it is. Like they purposely did it for that very reason, to make Legion decks still viable.
Before you go on, I want to direct something else here. How do I pull up the little chat in this thing? This deck evidently topped in Japan recently.
Oh, I bet you it did. If anyone's not playing Machinings, or has the stuff, this deck is super scary. We've watched this how many times, guys, now on Monday Night Wars?
3 times.
The guy is just wrecking everyone.
We've only actually seen the Machining Stride used once out of those games. Like, they just beat it pure down with Stag Beetle and the Cray Elemental from Fighter's Collection.
Yeah, and that Cray Elemental is not in here.
This deck got 3rd place. This deck got 3rd place in a Shadow Paladin format. That kind of says something to me.
Well,
yeah, but your card can't stand.
Yeah, they just hold on to their hand until they stride so they can have 4 units, and then Shadows can't do shit.
Yup.
Yeah, but he's not running in this deck build. He's not running that elemental. I don't know which one it's called, but...
Well, I mean, the vanilla and the big boss, they're fine by themselves.
He runs 1 War Sickle, which is fine. I don't know what the triggers are. I'm assuming it's 4 crit. No?
Sharpnail Scorpio's a crit. Machining Scorpio's a crit. Raider Mantis is a draw trigger. So 8 and 4.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you could get away with running 12 crit in this deck, I think.
Well, yeah, they're not going to be able to attack.
Prices are going to go up. I don't know, what do you guys think on this build, or machining in general, for little support they have? Obviously, how many people was in the tournament, Robbie?
It didn't say, but top 8 was a majority of Shadow.
All right.
Weird.
Oh, it was 64 people. This deck got 3rd place.
That's really nice to hear, though.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
Needs more stand triggers.
No stands in Mega Colony. Like, I understand why people do it, but they don't get power enough rear guards.
This deck got first, second, and fourth place for Shadow. This will be a sigh of relief to you guys too.
The brawler set.
Ooh, brawlers.
Wait, what is this?
This is first place. This is what won that tournament.
Oh my! Wow. This is wow. What have I missed here?
Dragonic Death Scythe. Dude, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah, there's the Rising Phoenixes, but he doesn't focus on Turbo really.
Yeah, he's only got 2 of them in there.
So I mean that would work.
This looks like it was a very good tournament for outside decks to do good.
That variety, it's happening.
Well, and now we're in an era where their meta is hard to really see. I mean, there's so many options.
Well, the thing was, everyone thought that Shadow Paladins were like the end all, and it just took people a little bit to adjust to them, you know?
What the fuck is Mighty Bolt Dragon?
Well, this just goes to show you that any deck can be considered competitive if played right for the most part.
I think it really is now. There's a lot coming down to player over.
Well, and I mean, it's easier to see why they're not giving certain deck support. Like Mega Colony, literally all they needed was that stride, and they were able to top in a tournament.
Pretty much.
You can't give Nubatama over support because they make you discard hands all you have.
Hey, John, I think it's time that we go buy all the Stag Beetles and machining name cards on the market, Winky Face.
You know, as you said that now on the stream, everyone's going to go pick them up.
They're going to be really
Good.
sad because Robbie said that after he already bought them all.
I want machines to be worth something so I can sell mine.
Well, and Warsickle, he's one of those cards that was already good for machines.
I actually just saw my Maelstroms and Tidal Assaults.
No.
Oh, you see, you're learning. All right, people buying out the market's good for other people that want to sell their cards.
$100.
Yes.
Who is this?
All right, let's go back to set 3. I want to talk about that again because I think there's still plenty on there. Gage, let's talk about the Generation Rare Link Joker card that everyone said was bad.
Why?
Amnesty Messiah, because he's bad.
Oh, the card that you went off on a tangent on your video?
Yeah, because, again, free is good, right?
I got to read this card, and then I'll counteract John's argument. Yeah.
It's Counterblast 1. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you pay the cost to do choose any number of units that are locked and unlock them. It gets 3k for each unit.
Oh god, I'm so excited for Amnesty Dragon. Oh,
and then if the number of cards you unlock is 3 or more, it gets an extra crit.
For Counterblast. And what is the card that says when it's unlocked, unflip a damage?
The Chameleon for a promo? Yeah, and it has resist. Oh no!
That card actually seems really good.
Oh shit! Robbie Cole agreed with me.
That card does seem pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so what are you guys gonna do when your opponent goes into Amnesty Messiah, and then he discards up to 4 cards from his hand and Superior breaks strides on top of his grade 4 into grade 5, and then just relocks everything with an Omega Lock? What you guys gonna do?
Wait, what?
Run Ruler Chameleon that has resist.
Robbie, why do I want to stab you after just hearing you say that?
By the way, this Messiah is the ultimate counter to Glendios.
Hint, hint,
I dare you!
Because eventually we're gonna have a grade 5 that lets you stride on top of your already strode unit, and it's like 30,000 power or some shit.
Robbie,
take that trash elsewhere.
Robbie, go eat a Twinkie.
Set 10, calling it now.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Yeah, of course it is King Toasta. It does what the deck is supposed to do. Lock to.
I was so appalled when that card was revealed, and people were just, "It's terrible for what it does." You're a terrible player. I don't know what's wrong with you.
I mean, a stride with a crit, it's kind of good to me.
And it's free. Literally, with what he does and the cards that come with that deck, every skill you just paid for is now free. Congrats.
Do you have to unflip a copy of himself either?
No!
No, it's just a counterblast.
I don't even, It's so good. Like the stride itself. What is it? Lock one of yours, or the grade 2 is like.
Yeah, it's lock one of your opponents, lock one of your own. So you already have 2. You can play any of the other cards that let you lock anything anyway, and you're good to go.
Yeah. I mean, you could still run that in a Starvader deck, and run it in Photon. There's a lot of options there.
Chaos Breakers, people, pick them up.
You could Captain Crunch Dragon beforehand, a Mega Lock, and then stride into it.
That is another amazing card out of this set for Link Joker.
Very good.
Oh,
Captain Crunch? Fuck!
Link Joker's gonna make a comeback.
We already know that.
Hey, you shut up, alright?
For something that basically a Mega Locks 2 units without a Counterblast. Or a Counterblast. So good.
And there goes Stand Triggers again.
Yep.
I like how Bushiroad is really trying to push people to play Stand Triggers, but then they release more support for Link Joker and kill everyone's dreams.
You know what's gonna suck? Is so you know how every clan's getting like the crit trigger for their like boss unit or whatever? Watch Novas get a freaking stand trigger like that.
That would be the best thing ever.
Stand trigger.
Yeah, it is a boss ass stand trigger, but the Novas would be the one to break the damn what's it called?
Mold.
The crit fad.
The quid pro quo.
Yeah, that thing.
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty terrifying to have a crit on something like Thavas, where it's like, oh, gain 5,000 and a crit, and I'm already standing 2 units and.
You mean Lambros or Vic's Plasma? What are you talking about?
Not Lambros. It would become Thavas. Like he'd get.
Doesn't Thavis? You can't guard with what is it?
Hold on, I've got Mary
Yeah,
open.
you
Let me
can't
check.
guard with it. So if you're doing the effect, like it's scarier because you're gaining 5k.
Thavis is. Where's that?
Which, by the way, then.
Thavis already gets an extra crit. And
He does.
You can't guard with grade 0s.
Yeah. So you have to have the perfect guard. So, goodbye, game.
I mean, he's not very powerful, but if they have that trigger, he hits at least 21.
I'm really feeling like we'll see like Aqua Force and maybe Neo Nectar in the next set. Just because they went with Kagero here, and it was like, oh, here's 5 cards, enjoy, and they're Steel Dragons. Which they did get a good grade 1. I did like the grade 1 that they got out of the set. Like, your opponent can't intercept, and your Vanguard gains power for every grade 2 on the field. Your opponent's grade.
It's interesting. They've been splashing a lot of random, Revenger, Starvader, Amon. They've just been splashing.
Amon got one.
Yeah, Amon got like the other half of the deck that they neglected to print last time.
See, I think with the Dark Raiders, they just kind of said, screw it, we're not giving them that much support, we're just going to run with the subclan we already got.
Well, that's just it. They didn't have other subclans to really invest. Like, whereas like Royal Paladins had Jewel Knights, they had Seekers, they had
Blaster if you wanted to.
Yeah, and I guess they really didn't do much with that, but still. I mean,
Like, hell, even Pale Moon had 2, at least.
Nightmare Dolls? Are you saying Nightmare Dolls?
Beast Tamer.
No, Tamers and
Tamers. It's like, no Nightmare Dolls.
I'm still waiting for my dude.
They even came out with the rest of the Nightmare Land triggers. Even came out in this set. It only took them, half of a century.
I'm still waiting for my Street Bouncer subclan.
I like the idea that they did that. Like, that'd be a really fun subclan. But Alice does not look very Alice. So.
No, definitely not.
I love the fact that there's a skeleton march here.
Right?
I'm late.
Yeah, a little bit. That's the text you never want to get from your girlfriend. Anyway.
Oh, shut up. Deleters, what did you guys think of Chaos? Like,
awesome.
Go on.
I think he was awesome too, yeah.
Hold on. Let me read his effect.
Do tell.
Well, he does what Oxkaz did, but cheaper and better, because he also locks 2 things.
Locks 2 things is just awesome.
They don't have an attack anymore, essentially. And again, it's not a limit break, so you can do it on their grade 2 if you wanted to, and ruin that, or you can save it. Like it's great.
You talking about the
That's not
unit
that
that
bad of a card.
It's
this is the unit Gage was using?
Counterblast 2 deleter. Choose 2 cards from your hand, discard it.
Yeah,
Delete
it was the
all of
one
your
I was
opponent's
using.
Vanguard, and then lock 2 of their rear guards.
Okay, yeah, this is the one that Gage was playing on the last one or a couple Wednesdays ago.
Don't get me wrong. Like you definitely need to learn how to use that one a little bit better because it's one of the later pushes, just because it costs a little bit. But
It's
what are
just
you
a
gonna
better
do?
grade 3 to use with Zeal.
Exactly, and like that's something you would save like after you've used Captain Crunch twice, and they've already had to deplete all their hand.
Man, I had a bullet
Definitely.
punch burst this morning.
Alright, what else? What else did you guys like from the set?
The Cray Elementals.
3 standing Murakumo.
Oh yeah, let's talk about
Yeah.
Murakumo, because they finally got the love that they so richly deserve.
Wait, they got a restander? Hold on.
Yeah,
Yes.
they did.
Oh
But
boy,
no,
and
no.
it comes SP.
It's the worst thing in the set.
Okay, can we also talk about how they got an SP perfect guard? like of all the things that they got, SP perfect guard.
Hey,
Wait,
Murakumo
is
needed
Just
the
for
love.
fun.
it the
Murakumo
Stride
needed the love.
unit that's the restander or the grade 3?
Yeah.
The
no,
stride
it's a
unit.
stride.
Right. Mhm.
Let me read
And
this.
watch
message.
till you see how easy it is to do that skill.
Yeah, but people said it was bad. People
Oh.
said restanding Vanguard was bad. Can't even believe it.
Counterblast 2, turn a copy.
It's too hard to clone, guys, in a deck that's designed to do it.
Yeah, when the grade 3 says clone, pick a unit on the field and call 2 copies of it. You know
And
what
they have
best
the
part about
promo that calls
Murakumo
2
is?
copies of
This is
itself.
actually why Murakumo is better than Neo Nectar. They send the fucking cards back to the deck. They can't be retired. They can't be bound. They can't be locked. They go back into the deck for 2 counterblast and a face down turn up. You get to restand the
It's
Vanguard.
They got a
so
Vic's
good.
Plasma.
What?
They got a Vic's Plasma card.
Yeah, but this card is better essentially.
It doesn't discard.
Yeah.
And it doesn't lose a drive check.
Yeah,
Yes,
it does.
Yes, it does.
Does it? Well,
It
fuck
does.
you. How about that?
Not on your
Yeah.
best day, sweetie.
You got a huge, powerful Vanguard restanding twice. Like, good game. And again, like you said, for not a discard. So you keep everything.
Every other restanding stride
The only
has
thing I can
need
think
you to
of
drop
being
a
into is
2.
Counterblast, because I don't know, do they have an unflipping unit?
They do have a 9K when it hits.
Yeah, they have a Belcosity.
Do they have anything else? A trigger?
I don't think so.
I think this... Does the stand trigger unflip? The old
Let
one?
me
Let me
see.
check.
Let me see if they got acting currently. No, that's Narukami.
My only question is, what other grade 3 do I run?
Shiryuki.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
It wouldn't be...
Dueling
Uh,
Dragons on pocket.
You could always run white. What's it called? White main. That when an attack hits, it flips up.
That's the Belcosity.
Right. Oh, I guess right.
Their OG stand trigger, like the one from set 5, actually, you can throw it in the soul and unflip a damage.
Yep.
Boom.
Stealth Fiend Dart Spider.
Yep.
You run for him, and you will keep constant kind of unflipping advantage.
And then don't they get the unflipping? The unflipping. Perfect
I don't
Guard?
know. I don't know all their support 100% yet, but if they got a trigger, you're ahead of the pack.
Well, I'm saying the perfect guard, isn't it the unflipper?
They should be
Oh,
getting
yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, they always get one of those, but like
Yeah,
still,
so
like
you run that too.
I would rather rely though still on a. I don't even see them.
Oh, no, but they are getting a stand trigger that makes the stride free. Like, did we see that one?
No, which one's
Okay,
that?
it comes out of this set. Put this unit on the top of your deck. When this unit is placed on rear guard, you may pay the cost, so you're putting it back. If you do, choose one of your rear guards not named the stand trigger, search your deck for up to 2 cards with the same name, call them the separate rear guard. At the end of the turn, put them on the bottom of your deck.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yes, their unflipper is white
Dark Spider.
heroine.
And they have
white
Dark
hair.
Spider.
So guys, what was that about stand triggers?
That one's so
I'm
good.
waiting.
I mean,
I'm waiting.
It pays
I mean,
the
it's good,
cost
but-
for your stride.
Nope. Can't argue
You're
with
not going
this.
to get it offensively.
When another of your named unit stealthy by Fuji is placed on the rear guard, this unit gets 2,000, and when this unit attack hits a Vanguard, choose a card face up your damage zone and turn it face up.
They have so many different unflippers. Like, my fucking god.
They have a lot of them flip.
They have a stand trigger that pays for the stride. They have a grade 1 that pays for the stride. They have the grade 3 that John said pays for the stride. Like,
So, we're going to get stand triggers galore.
Yeah,
Fathoming
stealth. Yeah. When during your turn, when your unit strides, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your rear guards, search your deck for 2 cards with the same name of that unit, call them to separate rear guards, shuffle your deck, and at the end of the turn, put the units called with the effect at the bottom of your deck in any order. Murakumo, to me, is just like, if they can keep that like, I will play Murakumo for the sheer fact that they kind of have built-in mechanic that saves their rear guards.
Well, we all know they're getting
Can't be
major
retired.
support because Shin's playing them soon. So.
Yeah.
it's true.
And I mean, their Legion's pretty good, too.
Mm-hmm.
You could play the Legion with the stride break.
But, oh,
What was
god,
the
like...
grade 2 is the only one that worries me. Was it once it's legioned, or is it always effect?
Let me read that. Hold on.
That's the one. Usually that makes or breaks. But
Your Vanguard has to be in Legion and Soul Blast 1. I mean, I guess that would be the only downside.
yeah, but
I mean, if you're looking for another grade 3 to run the Murakumo that doesn't have counterblast, the only thing I can think of is Sambaku.
Yeah, but he doesn't stop any strides or anything.
What was that?
He doesn't really...
I was totally thinking Sylvia's Giant Toad.
Huh?
They usually have like a new one that says like, if this unit hits, it's a grade 3. That's not, you can, like this one here is this Grim Reaper looking guy. It's kind of crazy looking. Kind of scary too. It's like something out of a snow cloud.
You could run the
really-
Fighters Collection one.
That's the cheapest freestanding Vanguard.
Yep.
I think
Yeah, and that's what I'm
currently
saying about the Zambuco.
in the
Yeah.
game.
For Counterblast 2? Is
Yeah,
really all it is.
like- Oh no!
It does what it does. Without discarding.
And it's not
Yeah,
like
I think
people are
there's
going to
plenty of
complain you
options
have
that
to
people-
put the units back in the bottom of your deck. It's like, well, you called them from your deck anyway. So,
You're not going to drive check them either.
yeah, like why do you
You
care?
go into the bottom.
Exactly. Like you're never going to drive check into them unless you've done some other shuffle skill.
Alright, well I'm happy with Murakumo. I think they finally get the love that they needed.
So good.
And they, again, have an unflipping perfect guard that's SP. So, good game.
GG no re.
I'd like to point out an important fact that the Yu-Gi-Oh people aren't here yet.
Well, Robbie is just on vacation, it seems like, at all times.
So we won this argument.
Well, when don't we?
Greg, you are somewhat Yu-Gi-Oh! It sounded like.
I have to run Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments at the store I work at, but, I mean, I have to follow it for that reason, but I don't really play anymore. I've been out of it for a while.
Well, how many of us used to play Yu-Gi-Oh?
Me.
Me?
Probably all of us, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Edward?
back when it wasn't shit.
Edward?
I go back in middle school.
Like yesterday? How old are you?
Oh no, I'm 24, so I'm
I
old.
was about to say,
Long time ago.
were you gonna finish that with "I'm like 24"? Because you either are or you aren't. I don't.
I'm like there, almost there. No, I'm joking. I'm in between 24 and 25. So anyway, like it was a really long time ago when you didn't have to, like, the ban list had nothing on it.
They didn't have those gray cards or those black cards.
Yeah, all these gray cards, black cards. I think there's like a green and black card. I don't even know.
There's a green. It's like a spell card mixed with a monster card. The pendulums.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds like some kind of wristwatch.
Yeah.
I think it is. Well, okay, so like the reason I wanted to talk about it, and the biggest thing is like I know I hear it on a consistent basis, was how much people despise the idea of the community becoming like Vanguard. I think more so community over game. But there's a lot about the game that I just don't like.
So wait, they were complaining about what? The community coming
the
like
community
Vanguard?
compared to our community compared to the Vanguard community or the Yu-Gi-Oh community.
Okay.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
confused for a
This is
second.
the biggest one. Like, is people just do not want to see the game company like Yu-Gi-Oh. Which there's a lot of things that are good about Yu-Gi-Oh, and there's a lot of things that are bad about Yu-Gi-Oh, and we all know there's a lot of bad about Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, like, Edward, you were joking about it from the moment we started talking about doing a live stream was shit gets stolen.
Yeah.
Like,
I was at.
like once or twice. Like, it's every event.
I will give you two scenarios. All right. I was at ARG Richmond, and someone had their deck stolen from Yu-Gi-Oh. Right. This is ARG Richmond, so they're about there are 3 games going on: Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Vanguard. Obviously, the only problem was Yu-Gi-Oh. Someone got their deck stolen. Now we go to Atlanta Springfest. Someone lost their deck, and it was found at a lost and found, and they got their deck back.
So someone just didn't keep track.
Someone found a Shadow Paladin Revenger deck with Abyss Raging Form, brought it to HQ, and the person got their deck back. That is unheard of in the Yu-Gi-Oh community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you leave your things on the table and Yu-Gi-Oh! It's gone. Hell, we
Well,
had
that
gun
could also be
violence in my store
because
the other day.
things in Yu-Gi-Oh are actually worth money.
Well,
I'm not saying that justifies stealing by any means, but their cards are definitely worth a lot more than anything in Vanguard.
I found my old Yu-Gi-Oh deck, and I stopped playing when these guys stopped getting support.
the problem is they've been getting support again.
I know they have, which makes me want to buy them just because I love Elemental Heroes, but that's it.
So, like, the Elemental Hero support's real good, but you can't play it by itself. It just splashes into every other deck.
Oh,
so,
no. Not that Masked Hero bullshit. I'm talking pure Elemental Heroes.
Oh, they're not going to give them anything. They just
No.
they don't love them. They don't love them enough.
Yo, let's be honest here. Let's look at this Winking Wing Karibo, dude. Let's talk about how awesome that thing is. Right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about back when you had to fill each side deck with only one copy of the fusions.
One copy.
Right? No Shining, no Zero in here. I got Wild Edge. I got Flame Wing Man. I got.
Enough. You're giving the Yu-Gi-Oh! The Vanguard community a bad rap already. I mean, like, when it comes down to it, like, the one thing that I wish Vanguard was like was the competitive scene. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Does a huge player base, handles their tournaments effectively for the most part, has prize support effectively, like, and then there's Vanguard, which is like, we'll give you some packs. If you're looking,
We'll give you a shiny piece of paper.
I mean, one of the things we're
events
missing.
are all free, John.
They are.
I'm not bashing Bushiroad though. I'm actually talking legitimately about even like your locals because Yu-Gi-Oh's also created what they call Astral Packs,
Yes.
which used to be tournament turbo packs for a while. It just changes based on season or whatever. But they have cards that get reprinted in different rarities and are valuable. Like they're actually sought after because you can't get them in those certain rarities. Like, imagine if Vanguard did that. Like, imagine if Boucher was like, here's your tournament pack, not a promo pack, here's your tournament pack, and we took Lacure and made her, I don't know, a Legion rare. You know, something different. You know?
I don't know about that. Well, the thing is that it still depends on your community, your area, because I want to, like, even if they came out with a pack that had reprints at a different rarity or different art, our locals still wouldn't have a big turnout.
No, because one of the problems is we can't get shops around here to actually support tournaments.
But that's
with-
why, though, guys. Like,
Yeah.
but Bushiro doesn't do anything for your locals. Like, here's your tournament pack.
Well, there's
it's
only
super
so much Bushiro can do, because I know, like, X shop would have a certain amount of promos, and people are looking for, like, Meshi for a while, and Supa, and no tournaments were being held anyway, like, no attempt to.
Yeah.
So, like, at what point does it, like, if Bushiroad is there's only so much that I know they can do more. I believe that, but their staff is kind of small. Let's be honest, their staff isn't the biggest.
Let's even go into a different game here. Let's go into, like, Magic the Gathering. They do Friday night tournaments. The first place player gets an alternate art promo card, basically, a card that's already in existence. One player. Maybe 2.
It's 2 for us. We do 2.
Okay, so maybe it's 2, yeah. But only 2 people can get that. You can't even buy it from them. You have to play in the tournament to get them. Like, that's how crazy they've made it. So you want to go, you want to play, you want to get that card. Like, even if they took that approach, where it's like, okay, you have to go to these tournaments. You have to try to get that card. You have to try to place. I'm also really tired of, like, when you see people trying to split for things like that. So, like, that would almost... I mean, like, I guess you would both get it, but it almost would discourage people trying to split the pot as well, which I just don't think is... In Vanguard, is like, what the hell, why not?
I mean, in Magic, splitting is pretty common. Most tournaments we have, like the bigger ones, they'll split the prize payout and actually just play for, like, invites. And then you also have a weird thing in Magic where, say there's 6 rounds, you're playing against a 4-0, you're both 4-0, you just draw out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't actually play the next 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Which is different.
Robbie, you came back. We started talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus Vanguard. We talked about just, I guess, company-wise, slightly different. You know, like Konami does prizes, does tournaments better over Vanguard.
Slightly?
Slightly?
It really doesn't take much to do better than Vanguard.
Hold on here. All right, let's talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Prize pool. Our prize pool is shit. All right, you win a fucking 1,700-man tournament, you get a flight to an event, which is nice, but then you win like a fucking iPad, like, and a trophy, and like a $300 card. That's it. Magic, you win so much more.
And Pokemon too. Pokemon stepped up majorly by adding cash.
But the thing with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Player base is our player base is so, pardon the word, retarded, that we keep coming back to it. Like, the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is we bitch about the price support, but we continue to let, the terrible price support just be the same. So.
But, I mean, like, when, like, ARG, I mean, kind of, again, does a lot for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community. Isn't there someone else that does stuff for Yu-Gi-Oh!?
Well, TCG Player had their little tournaments that are like 4 people and you get like $100. The problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! Though is the prizes for the tournaments are allocated out of their advertising money, so they're using the tournaments as their advertising fund. I don't know how Bushiroad does that, but I assume their advertising pot is much smaller. So until
they advertise other than internet.
Yeah, they really don't.
But unless Bushiroad like figures out that their players want more than this, there's not much we can do.
I think Bushiroad just needs to go, here's a top 8 map. Done. You've made it to top 8. Like, I think that's the first step going forward for a lot of people.
Hope in one hand, shit in the other. Like, it's not gonna happen. We've tried, John.
So, I'm gonna talk about because Bushiroad runs 2 tournaments a year. They run their Springfest and their World Championship for singles. I feel like Team League should have run into a World Championship also. I thought that for a while since it first came out.
Okay, let's be real. Team League should not even be a fucking concept with this game.
Oh my god, Team League is so amazing.
They should have year-round fucking regional qualifiers, which would be fucking spectacular, instead of Team League. To me, I would rather sacrifice that and have like 3 regionals a year in all the different locations, like the Midwest. Like 3 Midwest regionals here instead of Team League or some shit like that would be fantastic in my opinion.
Gonna have to agree with Robbie on that one.
Like you have to remember, like, in order to make the game better, you have to sacrifice something to gain something. And if you look at Yu-Gi-Oh, we get 4 regionals a year in pretty much each state around the area here. And the thing is, I would much rather have that because I think that's healthier for the game instead of just 2 events a year.
No, the 2 events a year is like horrendous. I think they should run more events.
Well, you have
to. I'm one of the people that likes the Team League concept and the concept of 3 people. I mean, I understand singles competition. Like, I understand it's a good thing. But the reason I like Team League... Hold on. I'm going to be done. The reason I like Team League as itself is because it's not a lonely journey by yourself on singles. You have 2 of your friends that you can bring with you for a whole different type of event. Like, there's no reason they can't be going on at the same time or enough spacing. Because I'm like, a year, you can run a lot of tournaments in a year.
Great. So you know what they can do? They can have Team League be a side event and get rid of the crap and just do more regional qualifiers.
Yeah, I agree. The problem with
Team League does not need that big of a
The problem with Team League is I've heard too many stories about players being pissed off because they couldn't get a team together. Like, I'd much rather just go by myself to an event instead of, worrying about not having a teammate or getting a guy that I don't even know that's competent enough to play this game.
Exactly. And then, I mean, even if they are your best friends, I cannot tell you how many people have been salty because they did great, and then their two teammates are the reason they lost. Like, you made that trip, and it
Exactly.
wasn't even you. You probably could have gone farther, but they got, I don't know, O2'd, and now you're out.
And the thing is, with Team League, the other problem with it is, with it being one of the two major events, there's some really good formats where people were really good at the time that Team League would have been good for single formats for them, and then they just get fucked because their teammates are horrendous.
Exactly.
Well, okay, so I think Team League's got a bad rap, though, for a few reasons. One, because the real Team League that everyone's familiar with was last year's with the whole stupid lock campaign or whatever it was, reverse campaign.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
That was
dumb. That was dumb.
really stupid.
Again, like, that was a cute idea, but it should have been like a side event at
Well,
one
yeah,
of their
that never should have been the format because you really were like, okay, the team of restanding Vanguards or the team of Vanguards that lock their units to get effects.
Yay, guess who's gonna win?
Yeah, exactly. But the biggest thing what happened was it's like the concept was really fun, but like you said, like it never should have been the actual thing. Like that really stunted creativity, it really stunted variety in the decks, and then you're like, oh, one guy's really good with Link Joker and the other guy's really good with Eradicators, but then we got a third guy who only plays or gold Paladins.
I mean, we did see a really cool thing when I was judging Atlanta last Team League. Great Nature was in top 4. It was kind of cool.
Yeah,
I
but
mean-
again, what were the odds of that guy always being the dominant, the team?
He actually was the one consistently winning. I watched most of their
I mean,
matches.
that's just good player then, I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like the deck was good. I just don't feel it was as better as Chaos, like there, or maybe
the other thing.
Traveler.
The other thing on the menu here with what the whole Team League concept, though, you have to remember Bushiroad America is still living by the Japanese mentality that Konami's kind of steered away from. It took Konami a good 2 to 3 years to get their head out of their ass with Japan and be like, all right, this is the way America works. This isn't Japan, motherfuckers. Like, you have to understand this.
Yeah.
And we're still very much deep in that concept with Bushiroad. We're slowly getting out of the Japan concept into the American one, but it's going to take another year or two.
Let me ask you this: if Yu-Gi-Oh were to go just randomly, just said you were going to do a team tournament, or it's tag team or whatever, where 2 players play next to each other, your shit can activate at the weird times, like what I mean? Like I don't like they've done so many times in the show, but they've never done it. Would you not be excited for that?
No, we have had that. That's a side event at every YCS.
Weird, like where it
You
should
and,
be.
you and a team of 3 friends can play for uncut sheets of the fucking set. First place gets the secret rare sheets. Second place gets the ultras, and I think third and fourth get the set of supers from the set.
See, I didn't know that, but like to me, that'd be worth going to those events and doing that, and actually
The cool thing with that is I don't remember Vanguard Team League, but if I'm done playing and my partner's still playing, I can offer them advice while they're playing.
That's pretty cool.
Fuck yeah, it is.
You can't do that.
Okay, I mean, we're gonna go back to Yu-Gi-Oh here, but I want to go because 2 or 3 of you have hated, or 2 of you for sure. Team League, Blake and I basically formed a team because of that. Like the concept is very Bushiroad style. Like it follows their show. Like I don't think they should ever get rid of it. I think they need to go back to shop qualifiers. Like I think that's a huge thing that they should have just kept doing with shop qualifiers. Stop doing one huge ass event for it where they obviously are understaffed, don't have enough people to help run it. Like there's just too many people there for a team concept. Like go back to a shop qualifier mentality and do it that way.
The shop qualifiers had a lot of issues though. Like we had one at our shop who he came and qualified even though he had already qualified at another shop, and it kind of took away from this area too. So there was a lot of shady things going on.
They need to just fix those rules then. They just need to fix the loopholes and say, okay, if you've already qualified, you can't play.
Well, the best way to do that would be if they'd actually finish any sort of actual tournament software where there'd be individual numbers that you would have to enter with a name.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I really want them to do that because it's so much easier keeping track of Yu-Gi-Oh players. You just go in, you type in their name, they're in the system, they can be like, oh, what's my standing? Okay, we'll just go look it up. So
yeah, and they really need Bushiroad. I said that the other day. They just need some form of better programming for their tournament software.
And I think that would also be a great first step in making it a more competitive game.
A ranking
Like-
system?
Yeah, no one wants to be the one at the bottom of the ranking system in the world.
Oh, I definitely want to
unless
be in a
you're
ranking
Pete.
system.
Oh shit! Shots fired. Oh, our viewers went up when that one went. Um,
A wild Robbie has appeared.
I want to go back to Yu-Gi-Oh in general and stuff
Don't
like that.
we all?
Even I miss Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, but Robbie, you were a Yu-Gi-Oh guy. You came into it, you did really well, and then Vanguard came along some point. Like the differences between the communities you've stated a couple of times. What is the biggest one? What is the biggest thing between the communities that you notice? Like, because there's a huge mentality I feel between Yu-Gi-Oh and Vanguard, where it's like the Yu-Gi-Oh players look down on Vanguard, the Vanguard players hate the Yu-Gi-Oh players.
All right, first off, let's get this concept of what the Yu-Gi-Oh community is out of the way. The Yu-Gi-Oh community is a group of people that will never quit the game, because if you quit Yu-Gi-Oh, you're quitting your friends. And I definitely think that the Vanguard community is far evolved from this concept. I was talking to a couple people last Michigan Regional when I was up there about the event. A lot of them, they just go and trade. You know, they don't even play the game anymore. They just go to see people and trade. And, you know, I don't know if Vanguard's reached that point in the game's history yet where, you know, you don't want to play the game, but you just want to go see people. I think that's a very interesting concept behind it. As opposed to the Vanguard community, I've said this once, I'm going to say it again. The community as a whole, some of the players are just the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! They're the people from Yu-Gi-Oh! That quit, and they were the whiners that complained about the prices.
Yep. And that is literally the majority of the bitching in the Vanguard group.
Like, I can't stress it enough, and like I will light many a buildings on fire when I say that. But the problem is, you know, people get mad when one person buys up X quantity of card because they're fucking smart and they understand how the market works. Then again, it's the market's fault for not having X number of cards available for people to buy. You know, it's supply and demand. And I'll be honest with you, I've only done it with 4 cards. There are many other people that buy cards on the market that aren't even known, and they just raise the prices on a lot of things. Remember those Phantom Blaster Dragons? That wasn't me. Remember Dorant and all those other cards? Wasn't me, you know? So the thing is, people love to point fingers in this community and just bitch about the stupidest shit because they can. And they blame all the problems with this game on other people because they have a face in the community. And it's definitely the wrong mentality to have in this game. You know, like, I've tried to do a lot of things for this community. Sometimes I'm pretty much the bad guy and John's the good guy, as you guys have seen. But you know what? Like, someone has to do something, whether or not you think it's productive or not, with this game. And you know what? I mean, actually, something I did link John the other day. There's a Smash player that is like the face of evil kind of thing. Like, he takes the role as the bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're talking about, yeah.
But, I mean, he still does good for the community, you know? So, I mean, I would rather be the face of evil, quote-unquote, in this community than the face of good, because, you know what? I'm used to this, and I think it's much more suiting for me.
Well, you are hated, and I'm not even like no, I'm flat out saying, like, you mention your name and people go fucking apeshit. And I always think it's so funny. It was like, he's not in the group anymore. He really doesn't do anything with the community other than ARG and, like, I mean, like, we flat out said, like, you basically have been, like, removed from your own group and things, which is, it's not right by any means, but, it keeps balance. But it's like, I don't understand what people's issue is with, like, people like Robbie from the Vanguard or from the Yu-Gi-Oh community trying to help the community. Like,
Well, I got a message from one guy, and I remember showing it to you, John, where the guy's like, I don't have any right to try to change the community. I should let the community do what the community's currently doing and let it control itself without intervening.
Huh?
And I wanted to kill myself, because that was the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. All right,
That's ridiculous.
Like, the greatest people in history, Martin Luther King, do you think change would have happened if they just sat around and did nothing? Like, let's be real here. You know, like,
got shot.
So did Abraham Lincoln.
But I mean, like, Robbie, I'm just saying, be careful.
I know.
Well, no, he's right.
He cannot one day. Blake's gonna be up at a clock tower going, "Come on, you fat bastard."
Come on, Ravi. Come on.
Any moment now.
Did we lose him again?
But yeah, John keeps me in check. Don't worry, guys. I don't do anything super stupid anymore. I usually talk things out with John before I make anything.
Hey,
Yeah.
you fool.
But I mean, like, as far as the community in general, like, and I brought this up, and like, I remember people flipping their minds again. I said the community needs a Patrick Hoban, and like, and it wasn't meant to be like, to like say like we need someone who's like, I don't even know Hoban, like, I don't even think you really know him, but I mean, he's just very analytical. Like, he puts thought into the game. Like, there's a lot that I think he does from a certain standpoint of the mentality of the game, where our game is just like, oh, I'm just gonna play my avatar and I'm gonna win. Like, right now SP's on sale, guys. Like, and I don't think that's the right mentality. And anytime people are like, oh, I'm writing an article for this, I'm writing an article for that, well, people don't know you. Like why would they want to read your article? Like, the one guy that we have that's good for the Vanguard community is Card5 Pro. And that guy has a life, so he's not doing this full time. You know what I mean? Like, and then we had someone like Alice who was very much like into the math or the analytics of it, but like then people hated her because she had opinions. So it's like,
Well,
Damn it.
Well, John, you have to remember, like, remember when we started the expansion to grow the Vanguard group? The thing is, people don't know where to go for information in this game, and it's very rough when you're like, all right, well, I want to go read some information today. You know, like, you got one or two people on ARG that, you know, post something, but outside of that, like, where the fuck are you gonna go? Like,
well,
there are no resources.
Where do you guys go for your sources? Like, where, like Edward and Greg, where do you guys go if you want to read something about Vanguard? Where do you go?
I don't go anywhere. Like, I've played the game enough that I don't feel like if there's anything that I'm looking for, I just look at the next set and I can think of my own stuff. But I understand, like, if there's a new player coming in, they have to go, like, somewhere to find out, like, how to play the game or how to build. And it's either you have good people at your locals or you're kind of just out there dry. Because even people posting on the community get kind of like, they get shit for it, like, even if they're posting, like, for advice.
I mean, like, I'm kind of with Ed on that one, because, like, I used to watch YouTube videos, but after that, I mean, I kind of stopped after a while, and now whenever I have an idea or something, I literally run it by him.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Blake, I mean, we've been playing this game for, I mean, how long have you guys been playing? Like, have you been playing since that one's release?
No, I came from Magic, so I played when Hazel came out, so set 6.
Which one?
Same here,
Hazel?
set 6.
Set 6?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wasn't out at first release. I came after, and I came in like solo.
What about
I
you,
was-
Greg?
I was right after, or right, like, a month before set 4 hit.
Okay.
I
So what
hopped
about
into the
you?
game.
So, like, what about you, Gage?
I came in at set 3.
Okay, and then Robbie, you've been here since set, I think 4 too, right?
I've been here since set 4 in Japan.
Okay, so yeah, you were out for a while then. And then Blake, you've been playing for English at set 1.
Set 6 right before it came out.
Oh, really?
Well, they came out 1, 2, 6.
Yeah, I always thought you were 1 because Nova's, but eh.
Nope.
I mean, like when like even still, like, we're all kind of like veteran players in that respect. Like, when you look at the newer player base or the people who haven't been in long, those are the ones I think actually bitch the most.
They are, and it's weird
They
because
are.
they're bitch.
Sorry. Ooh, what
Go
happened? Did we lose someone?
Gage.
I think he dropped.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually the people who come later in the sets are the ones that are like bitching the most about the game. And it's like, I mean, if you've been playing the game for a long time, I think you generally understand how it works or what to expect. Sure, it has a lot of I guess predictability to it.
Oh, yeah.
Overall, because the game is, again, based on show and it's based on characters and it's based on, they don't really do extra boosters that are based on just their own thing. I mean, Extra Booster 1 would have been the only thing, but that was based on the manga. And then where you have Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like, okay, we have a new idea. We're gonna run with it and see what the hell happens. So, I mean, they do that like every set. Like, Robbie, what's the best deck right now in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Blue.
Necros.
Necros 100% of the way, followed by Quillfort, Stellar Knights, Burning Abyss.
And those are all recent decks, right?
Very much so.
Yeah,
What, the last 6 months?
last year.
Okay. So you already know things are coming out in Japan. Will any of those be immediately dropped for something new coming out?
Yeah, no, not right now. The thing is, Yu-Gi-Oh kind of just pulled what Bushiro did with set 3 here. They released all the broken shit, and then they're giving us passive sets until the next broken archetype comes out.
Like
Or
Noden's like the best thing coming out, and that's coming out in a 10, and it's one.
Yeah,
card.
that's just a little side piece. That's just a promo.
Yeah.
Like, there's no good core sets coming out anytime soon.
No, like the last couple ones we've gotten have been kind of lame. Like literally, the only set that's completely been sold out was the one the Necros came in because that just.
Well, yeah, Secret Forces was good. The problem is, though, the last core expansion set we had, whatever the fuck it was, like, Shadal's got their badass water monster who was supposed to change the game. They didn't even top the 150th. Like, the card was so good, they didn't even top 32. Like, come on, Konami, please.
I mean, they didn't really support anything. They tried making the Zephyras, which are like they're like supposed to support each different archetype and then be their own.
Zephyras they lived a dream. They were 6-0, followed by going X3 the rest of the day 1. They lived the dream.
Yeah.
They started 6-0 and then blew out.
Something and then you got cut off. Can you finish?
They just don't. They don't do what they're supposed to. Like, half the decks out. The reason Necros is so good is they have infinite resources. They can just always get something out, and they have an answer or an out to just about anything.
Well, that's the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. It's the problem that the game's always had.
Yeah.
The players look to the ban list and they're like, "Oh my God, fix our shit." Konami does like 3 things, and then it's still the best deck until the next ban list. The problem with Konami, and they said this plenty of times though, is summer formats are meant to be speedy because they don't want the nationals and the WCQs to be slow. They want to get that shit done as soon as possible. That way their judges aren't staying till 1 or 2 in the morning for 9 rounds of Swiss. And, you know, the other problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fucking, alright, so rounds are 45 minutes, and then 40 minutes after the round is done, you still have people in time fucking 40 minutes into the fucking round. They're like, people are mad because we're 50 minutes behind schedule, and they're like, alright guys, round 2 starting an hour after round 1 ended, like...
It's funny
like,
because the last 2 decks that they've had that have been like just the best thing and like no one could compete with it, Necros, and then the hands artifact.
No, Burning Abyss. Did you not watch
one.
any of the Burning Abyss mirror matches? It was the worst fucking thing ever.
I mean, I did.
Like,
I have to judge half of them at my store. They last forever, and I have to kick people out.
Like I was talking to Jim when in between doing the finals and starting the card fight streams, and Jim's like, "Well, we can't start top 8 on stream because the Burning Abyss players are still playing game 2 of 5."
Yeah,
and it's 1-1.
I remember that. Yeah, because I remember I would be working on a Sunday running a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, like, oh, I want to watch the Vanguard ARG, and then they're still playing their match.
Fucking Burning Abyss still going. So.
Still getting support. It's just
Gage,
all right.
are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Well, say your thought, because I got to wreck Jonathan's mind here on an idea.
Okay. Robbie, I need your input real quick. What was the deck that one kid ran that went 16-0?
What event?
The
YCS?
The most recent one. He went defeated.
He was playing blue.
He was playing Necros, yeah.
That kid's a fucking prodigy, by the way. He
like, I saw that, and I
was
like, motherfucker.
Oh, it was his event. Like, the kid really deserved it. Like, of any person at that event, he deserved it the most. Like, he's topped a lot this format, but he's definitely a very good player. And, you know, he grinds on DN testing. Like, he knew his shit. He deserved it.
Yeah, that was awesome to hear. And he was so young, and people were giving him shit for it, but...
No.
Oh, my God.
He's a very good player.
Yep. The kid put the time and effort into it. The kid's been playing Necro since they came out in Japan. Like, that's something that Vanguard needs. Like, a very good player that knows their shit in their format. Like, it's good.
Will you stop talking about me like I'm not in the call?
Oh, I'm sorry, Blake. You could have chimed in at any time.
Except now, but...
Okay, so, John, you want to talk about bettering the Vanguard community, right?
No, I guess we can, yeah.
Okay, so are you aware of the organization for Yu-Gi-Oh?
The organization, you mean what the people do? Like,
no. Here, this is the organization.
This sounds like a mob.
Yeah,
It really isn't.
It says mob Yu-Gi-Oh organization on top of it. I'm kind of... It's loading,
All right.
loading. Get that loading going.
Duelist news on Pot of Taboos.
Okay.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Mint. So
All
this,
right. Are you,
this is an independent website.
yes. How familiar are you with this?
You've sent me a few things from here when the Toon stuff was coming out, I think.
Okay. So the way that, well, actually, Edward and Greg, are you two familiar with the organization?
No. Could you send the link in the chat?
I did.
Was it the one for the stream tonight? Because I'm not in the
No.
audience.
We won't get it because we're on iPad, Greg.
Yeah, hold on, Greg. I'll send it to you, buddy.
Okay, thank
Edward,
you.
How
Edward,
about you send it to
familiar
me
with this?
too?
It will be in the group chat, my friend.
I'm on the link. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Can you
So the organization is it's really corny because it's designed off of the Kingdom Hearts theme. Disregard that because it's stupid as hell. But the point is, they've been involved in the community pretty much secretly since 2006, 2007. Most of these people are the ones that help code for Dueling Network. Some of them are the pioneers that helped out form Dueling Network. A couple of them are admins on Pojo and on Duelist Grounds. The thing that this particular group of people does is they gather information and they make it public in pretty much a timely manner. And most of the people refer to these people as the information part of the community. And something that Vanguard doesn't have is a resource or a group of people that have the ability to publish or gather information quickly. Many people don't know where to get deck lists from Japan. Many people don't know how to get in contact with people in Japan for card releases. The ability to publish card of the day on a centralized location for people such as that. And if somehow, some way, a group of organized people could come together and create something like the organization, I think it would be a good step in this community's direction because it would give people the ability to translate things, it would help people better understand things. And I definitely think that something like this, being super deeply rooted into this community, would definitely get rid of some of the major complaints that we have in this group and this community in general. And I think that this is something we need, but I don't know of anyone that's capable of doing this, nor has the time nor the resources.
Real quick, do you know anyone that runs something like my question is like when something like this, because obviously there are Japanese blogs and things that do talk a lot about it, but this is a website, which is really nice. There's not just some kid on his computer doing things at home.
I know the creators of this. I've known them for a very long time.
Yeah, how do they? My question is, do they
they basically go on the Japanese version of 4chan and then they just post all the information they can translate when it's posted.
Again, I think it comes down to money and time. I mean, again, a lot of this community is very cheap. The Vanguard community.
Very.
Well, this one, like a website like this will be more like time. It'll be easier to do for the local U.S. events, but to find someone to translate all the stuff, that takes a lot of time from people's day. So you have to get someone committed for that. It's doable. I feel like it's doable, but it'd take a good team to do it.
Well, that's the thing. We don't have a team, nor do we have the resources in this community.
The best thing about it, though, Robbie, doing what we've been doing, with these live streams, and I'm sorry, I'll toot my own horn here. You've got to have people like me in this community that actually care enough to go, okay, you can't just showcase trades and things on a page. You have to get discussion going. You have to get people interested. You have to create a community. And before really anything happened, we just had here, buy my shit. There was no Monday Night Wars. There was no things that are interactive for people to get excited about. The game, I'm shocked, didn't die earlier because it just didn't have things to get excited about. People just don't have. If you're watching this and people are excited about actually hear what people say, we didn't have that 2 years ago.
John, you're a fucking 1 in a million, alright? You're fucking fantastic. You don't understand, how valuable you are to this shitty community.
You certainly put up with a lot more shit than you ever get back from it.
But, I think for the amount of stress that goes with a lot of this stuff is, people get upset. opinion, like when you voice your opinion and people get upset, like they're not even like looking at what's being said. Like something like this is like where you're just reporting the news basically. I love this concept. Like this is great. Like you can't do this on our Facebook group because everyone's on there just posting their opinion and bitching about what when a new card's revealed. You know what the first thing is?
I like this card.
This
It's
card
terrible.
is bad.
It's a bad card. I can't believe they made that. Bushiroad, you suck. Why did you do this, Bushiroad? My life is coming to an end because you didn't give Gold Paladins the card I needed. Like,
John, can we just have a conversation when I called the new Shadow Paladin Break Ride terrible, and you were like, I don't want to talk to you anymore tonight? Like, I remember that conversation.
But I flat out think that's a great card. Like, yeah, it doesn't work with the other support, but individually, it's a great card for what it's supposed to do. Like, I am always going to look at the glass half full before I look at it half empty. Like, when everyone said I couldn't believe the restanding Vanguard for Counterblast 2 was deemed bad.
Because it didn't have enough support for it. Clearly, they didn't even look at what else was in the set.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Like, there's cards that say when there's another card of this copy called give an effect. They're actually doing something for Murakumo to make them good, and people are bitching about it. Like,
you guys remember when Neo Nectar was tier 1? Oh, wait.
Never. And you know why? Because they never got a resist unit.
I don't think a resist unit would...
No, they need a resist unit because bound and retired, locked. Like, the thing that makes their mechanic work, they can't succeed. But
all you need is a unit that return. All you need is a unit that returns 2 units to your hand with the same name, like Sour Slicer, to restand your Vanguard.
You're forgetting something. Though. Bound is still a thing. Locked is still a thing. Like, they have, those, obviously retiring is capable of coming back, but those 2 things, when you can impermanent bind or you can lock something for a few turns, you lock down their win mechanic. Like, they needed something that said, here, it's a 7k attacker that has resist. I would have taken that in a heartbeat. Because then the stand becomes viable. Then the Generation 2 effect becomes viable. Like, it's something that they just needed 1 unit to say, here's resist. And they never got it.
A lot of clans don't have resist units.
A lot of clans aren't out yet, Robbie.
You should be getting more support, though. I would definitely say the next set.
They introduced the resist mechanic in the set that was supposed to be focused around units that clone. And they got none. None. Aquaforce got 3 units, I think, or 2, maybe 3. I can't remember.
Like I said, John, you're still lucky though. Like your stuff will be getting more support because you still got a main character on your side, which is very good.
I mean, even Gears only got 1, if I'm correct. We only got like just the Silent Tom clone. So.
Yeah.
And Gears are still shit though.
Greg, hold on, buddy. Go back to what you just said. The Silent Tom.
Yeah.
You have a really good grade 2 that has resist.
I mean, we'll say that with a grain of salt because it's a cost-heavy card, but
okay, well that's true, but still, like, if Neo Nectar had that, I would be tickled in pink. Like, I would just be like,
True.
I'll make this work. Like, like when Cecilia Stride came out, I was like, you know what? As bad as a 10k base Vanguard is, I'm still gonna try to make it work. I tried and I tried and I tried and I didn't like it. Like, I just couldn't make it work because Cecilia either needs a Legion mate or she needed more support overall. Like, and yeah, you can say Musketeers, but just
John, like, what do you think your clan needs? Like, if you could get 1 card, what do you think Neo Nectar needs the most?
I want a Restanding Tom / Glory Maelstrom clone the whole field effect. Like, every clan would want that. Like, what I want, you know what I want? I want a grade 3 or Stride that actually has an end game that's effective.
Instead of the closest thing being a Primavera that lets you get 2 extra attacks.
Yeah, well, like, if it was like, if you return 2 units or something, just something that had an end game. Like, it just doesn't have it. Like, yeah, I have power columns, which, yes, maybe come down to it, but again, if power is all you have, you're now Angel Feather. Like, you've just kept it the same. You haven't done anything for the clan. And always having to counterblast to get a unit is crap. That's why Musketeers are so good. Sylvia. Oh, I just Rebecca. Counterblast. Get a new unit for the Sylvia that I just called. You know, like, you're getting momentum. Even the original Neo Nectars were Counterblast 1. Look at the top 5. call tube units was made in the Trailing Rose. Like, it was much better.
I remember when that card first came out. That was a good card.
It is a good card. Like, it just can't compete because it's slow now because it has to hit. And a lot of people ran the elf card.
Fruit basket elf.
Fruit, yeah. And, like, you would hit and you would still get effects. But it's like, it wasn't worth it. Like, they needed to create something better or faster for Neonectar because they generally should be a rush deck.
It's
And they didn't get
Tactical Karibo inbound on the comments said something I was thinking. We need Mystery Flare support.
Oh, man.
It still kind of blows my mind that Cecilia came out in a time when 11K were Vanguards were like the thing, and she just was a 10K.
But I think it's because that she would. I mean, think about 2 11K rear guards. You know, her effect. Like, I think that's what they were thinking was you could constantly keep calling back 11K, which was 7K, made 18. She actually would be super offensive against cross rides. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the mentality they're going with.
I mean, it just would have made something that just wasn't one of the big, like, 5 clans good, I guess, so they just didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think Musketeers are the better of the 2 builds, but
easily.
In the long run, if Neonectars are going to survive in any meta, they need something with resist or an end game. Like, Primavera has 3 sisters. Spring, fall, or fall, winter, summer, or whatever. Make one of those really fucking good.
What about a Magnanimer clone?
Phenomena?
That would help.
I'm really tired of seeing these I can't guard things. Like, I would love to see it like, oh, if you have 2 rear guards with the same name, each column gains 5,000 in a crit, or something like that. You know, something different. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I get it.
I get what you're saying, though.
It's still guardable. It's not broken. It's actually quite balanced because, oh, you're going to take my Vanguard a hit, we'll have 1 to crit, or you'll take a rear guard that has something, but for the long run, the clan needs an end game effect. They don't have it right now. They don't.
Okay.
But let's go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! I want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! We're approaching the hour-and-a-half marker here, and I want to wrap up soon because I really want to get back on
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Reprints. I think that's a huge reason why I quit the game.
Reprints are best.
Yeah, reprints.
Those tins
They're not
were
good,
kind of
sir.
stupid. Those tins
It's
were
like,
really
here's
stupid.
a $150 card. 6 months later, we just took your investment, your money that you just sought after, and reprinted it, and now made it not valueless, but have taken.
It's a super rare.
Yeah,
Hey John, can we talk about those $10 tune table of contents that you picked up for basically that, and then now they're worth like $50 a piece? Thanks,
they were not $10, sir. You charged me like $30 a piece.
I know, but the point is, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a double-edged
Regardless
sword.
of what they were, you bought them, damn it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a double-edged sword. Like, cards will go down today, 3 years from now, they'll shoot back up through the fucking roof.
Thank you, Fulper, if you're watching.
Like,
yeah, but the biggest thing is, look how long it took for Toons to get support. They came
like
out
30 years.
a while back, many moons ago, and now finally,
like 30 years.
Finally getting some form of support.
I mean, they're giving old things randomly support. Like, they gave Volcanics 1 card, and now they're playable.
Fucking Volcanics are good. What you all talking about? That
They
shit's
gave my
amazing.
Evils a trap card that was
They're
amazing.
They're irritating. I'm not gonna say they're great.
Yo, Volcanic Trains is a deck now. Y'all should be happy about that.
I mean, we don't have the trains though.
You'll be getting the trains soon enough. You can just hold off another year.
Yeah,
Okay.
when I said I wanted to play Toons, you called me a filthy casual.
You are a filthy casual for wanting to play
I was
Toons.
like, wait a minute. I want to get back into the game. Take my money, Bushi Road.
Okay. Let's talk about Toons here. You get fucking 5 good spell cards. Every monster in your deck is still terrible. Unless you...
But we haven't seen everything yet.
Man, I wish I could be as optimistic as you are about Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been butt-fucked too many times by that company.
Right?
We also got Cyber Dragon Toon or whatever. It was like, oh, here's a free special summon.
Yep.
I mean, but Cyber Dragons, when their support comes out, are just going to be their own thing anyway.
Oh, fucking Cyber Dragon Infinity is gonna be fucking expensive as shit.
That card is retarded.
Okay, so John, I got my Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck here. Alright. So if you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, you need one of these. This is a $600 card.
giant hand.
This is good Yu-Gi-Oh. You know what this card does?
You only need one of them, right? It doesn't discard both of its things.
Yeah, it does.
It's
Detach
worth
2
it.
materials from it, target an opponent's monster, and negate that monster's effect.
Okay. Aren't there other cards that do that?
This is a monster effect that stays on the board, and you don't have to have a hand trap for it.
And it can be used on either player's turn.
And the logic behind this particular card is you have access to it pretty much at all times in the game because it's an extra deck
So
card.
let me ask you this: that card came out what? How long ago?
This is a YCS prize card. This thing's not getting the reprint until the next 2 before it gets the reprint, so at least 3 years.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just how it works.
It'll be a 10 card next fall.
I'm telling you.
It can't get the reprint until Memphis gets the reprint, and Dig Borzak gets the reprint before it. Or after it.
Guess what? They'll come up with some stupid gold star, silver star, foil, something, and they'll be in there. All their cards that you just said will never get the reprint will be in there. Like
this card got the reprint.
Like Rageki came back. Yeah, there we go. Rageki came back, and it was like everyone jumped on that bandwagon.
This card is $20 now.
Rageki is super worth it.
Yeah, Rageki's a good card.
And how many times has that been reprinted?
Rageki's been reprinted 4 times now? 5 times, maybe?
I think we're on 5. I want to say we're on 5.
Yeah,
Common,
I think Premium Gold
Black
was the
Letter.
5th.
Yeah, because we've got Common, the 2...
Ultra, Super, and Gold. Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
You see this card?
Mind Crush?
Yeah, Mind Crush is now a $5 common.
Very good card right now.
Yeah, this is German Super from...
Hey, I got a Spanish first ed Legend of the Blue as Rageki.
Yeah, Fiendish Eve, this card's been reprinted, what, 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, and starter decks.
This is now a $5 common.
Yep.
Compulse, unfortunately, is a 20-cent common. It's been reprinted 12 times.
It's in, like, every starter deck that's come out in the past, like, 4 years.
This card, I think, is still $3 to $4. It's back now.
Ring of Destruction? Is that from Kaiba's thing?
This card is good as fuck, but it won't be played.
But you have it in your deck.
Yeah, because it accelerates the game state by 1 turn, which is ridiculous.
And then people complain that title is sold as $5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in other words, Vanguard, quit your bitching.
Vanguard is very cheap compared to Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh my god.
Like, people complain that there's maybe a $30 card. It's like, that might be one of the lesser main cards in a Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
Edward,
man.
do you and Greg remember when this was a $4 card just under a year ago, and now it's $10 again?
Yeah, Maxi. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Maxi falls out of rotation, comes back in, it fucking triples in price, basically.
Oh man.
Effect
Breakthrough
Mailer,
was a $600
Effect Mailer, this
Veiler
card is
pops in
out of
there.
rotation. This is a $2 card now.
But it was
comes
like
back.
30 at
Still
one
play
point.
wind-ups.
Well, the thing is, if Veiler comes back into rotation, this card's only going to go up. The problem with Yu-Gi-Oh, though, right now, is when a card's out of rotation, it's fucking horrible in price. When a card is really fucking good, it goes up.
Remember Snatch Steal for that 3 months we had it?
That card was a fucking $1 like a month after it came back.
Yeah.
Like, Snatch Steal, everyone's like, oh my god, it's a fucking $4 common, guys. Pick them up now. A month later, after it comes back, people are like, I have like 40 Snatch Steals, guys. Buy them from me for $1 so I don't go neg. Like,
Yes.
Snatch Steal was the exact opposite theory.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
I'm done talking about this. I'm just so hating.
I mean, I don't know if you got your exact... Oh, this is another good example. Cowboy got the reprint in the tin, and it went up to, I think, $5-6 now.
Yes.
It also got its ulti version in the Astral Pack.
Yeah. Castell's about to get the same treatment, though. It's about to get the tin reprint. This card's about to get blown on price.
Okay.
But the moral of the story, though, John, with Yu-Gi-Oh, is just because it gets a reprint now doesn't mean it won't be worth something again in the future. It just depends on how soon you want your money.
Also, when the
It has a
deck
very
goes.
magic mentality to it again, like that.
Yeah, fucking 100% of the way I agree with you. Very
It's-
Magic-esque.
That's weird because in reality, Magic also is really format related, and some cards are always going to be worth money, like just
Box
period.
Opal.
Well, if you look at
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, you have the God cards, you have the Exodia pieces, which are always worth a good chunk of money.
Well, yes, but like in Magic,
That's
like
fanboy, though.
lands, they're always going to be money. Even like So, say the Zendikar fetch lands, still $30 a piece.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but you've got Jace the fucking Mind Sculpt, and you have the Spaghetti Monster, Emrakul, which are always going to be worth something in Magic.
I mean,
Emrakul just got reprinted in the newest Modern Masters. Still,
I
like
know,
a
I heard about
$30
that.
card.
I kind of want to get one. Like,
The newest Modern Masters is a silly set. They reprinted some really good things in there.
but yeah, John, you're right. It is kind of format related kind of thing with a little bit of that collector aspect kind of mixed in there. You know, like you.
Go ahead.
But John, you have to remember, Toons drew you back into the game. You know, you picked up the
I
Toons
probably
game.
have said this. If they made Toons or Card Core support, I would be back immediately. Like Toons for me is just nostalgia. Like, yeah, you can call me a filthy casual, but I'll go and play those in a big league tournament. Be like,
John,
hell,
don't
I
worry,
might
you're
play a
not.
couple games.
You're not the
You
only
know?
one that doesn't want Kalikuri support. A lot of people want Kalikuri back. Like, that
When
deck
I played
was.
Card Core, I got my invite. I was really happy. Like, that was a deck I could connect with. I also played U-Bell, and U-Bell just trounced people because they're like, I don't know how to play against this. Like, it was beautiful. But
I
like,
wanted my Dragunities back, but they had to ban Dragon Ravine because of
Hey,
fucking dragging.
It's at 1 now.
Ravine's at 1.
but all the
Great.
dragons are gone.
Getting there.
Well,
So they only have to blow up one of the Dragunity win condition.
It's a shame that everyone's maining 3 MST or like triple Galaxy
Exactly.
Cyclone.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Galaxy Cyclone's silly.
Like, the thing is, though, the other problem with, like, John, you coming back into the game, the hardest part for you right now is going to be adapting to the speed of the game. The game is 3 times faster than you remember it being.
So
Like,
now
if you
it
don't,
went from one turn win to first hand win. Is that what
you
it
can
is?
basically tell by your opening hand if you're going to have a good game or not. Like, if your opponent opens up one of the cards that they call floodgates now, like a mistake, which doesn't let your opponent search, it's a trap version of Thunder King, or something like that, you can pretty much just tell by your opening 5 cards. Oh, also, Jonathan, you don't draw turn 1 anymore. That's something
that
else.
I don't get. Like, I don't even understand that.
Oh, no, they had to make that rule. Okay, like, the way
It's
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is
good.
right now, if I got to draw that 6 card turn 1, I could set 5, summon my monster, and offer you the handshake.
If Necros could draw turn 1, I would kill myself.
Oh, exactly. Okay, John, okay, the best deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now is a deck that has 9 ways to search for every copy of every named card in the deck.
Okay, I don't know why you're giving me this lesson. If I'm going to play the game, I'll simply, obviously, sit down with
Oh, I'm not giving you a lesson. I'm kind of like doing
No,
it
it's
so the
just-
viewers can kind of like.
I will
understand
admit,
here.
like, I will be that guy that plays the deck. I'll be the William Cole of Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, I'll dress up as Pegasus. I'll go sit down and I'll sit there and go, oh, I can see with my Millennium Eye.
You're gonna
But-
be a fat Pegasus.
I mean, the truth hurts, but it had to be said.
I was joking, but I'm glad that you
Can you get a new shirt that says Yugi Boy on it? I would greatly.
Robbie Boy. I want that. I want my Robbie Boy. How about a kiss?
I know, but looking at Yu-Gi-Oh! Compared to Vanguard, though, like, the games are very different. But the thing is, Yu-Gi-Oh! Still teaches you how to be a better Vanguard player, even if you don't want to admit it. Like,
I think every game other than Vanguard teaches you how to be a good player. Like, even Pokemon.
no, like,
For crying out
Yu-Gi-Oh!
loud.
taught me.
Oh,
What?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Taught me how to play Shadow Paladin in Vanguard. Like, you have to be very controlling. Like, you have to count your opponent's cards in their hand at all times. You just have to make sure that you're aware of all the physical parts of the game state.
Okay, I got people saying they'd pay to see me dress up as Pegasus, so I think I
I-
have to do this now.
Can you please make sure you got the whole wardrobe and everything, and you have to like comb your
wardrobe
hair?
would be awesome. Like, I just need a wig.
Yo, can you head judge ARG Nats dressed as Pegasus and just judge the card fight part as Pegasus? I think that'd be great.
And then when someone cheats, you can banish them to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Millennium Eye. Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap up soon here. Last thing I want to talk about, because they were talking about this, and this has been a subject that we've come across here. Not Yu-Gi-Oh! Related anymore. It's actually Angel Feather. People in the comments were talking about what Angel Feather needed to be competitive or needed to rejuvenate themselves, and we know that Angel Feathers will be coming back. Any of you guys play Angel Feathers when they were out?
Yes.
I played Chief Nurse.
Cheap Nurse?
Yeah.
I played Sam Shell.
Oh,
yeah.
Chief Nurse. I thought you said Cheap Nurse, and I'm like,
Oh,
but Angel Feathers were actually expensive at one point.
They were.
Shamsel was like a $20 card when she came out.
Sam Shell with the ride chain. Hell yeah.
Yeah. What I talked about this. I wanted to go back to like the healing mechanic. I think in a meta that no longer requires limit break and with so many ways to do damage, I think healing would be the best way to go. It's not.
Yeah, but what kind of mechanic do you want to give a clan that's focused on healing? I don't think it's fair for a clan that gets a counterblast 1 effect to heal 1 on a hit. I think that's kind of ridiculous. Like something like that make the clan fucking hella good, but like you can't do stupid shit like that. Like
Why not?
I'd want.
I think
Go ahead.
in a
Go ahead,
game
Robbie.
format where we can now do potentially 4 damage off a stride, 5 depending on your skill, being able to heal 1 on a hit, like Edrizel or whatever her name is perfectly fine.
It was Counterblast 2, I thought, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
Persona
Counterblast 2 and
Blast.
drop a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's fine. Like those skills should have been the core of Angel Feather instead of just making them stupid power columns.
yeah, but that's kind of where like the development of the game comes into play. Like Angel Feather, I will give you this. Yeah, it should be a clan that checks the more powerful clans, but they should be anti-meta at that point, you know. But you also have to remember that that deck would have an unfair advantage. Like it should say if you take 3 or more damage for 1 attack, you can heal 1 or some shit like that. But like if my normal Vanguard's just attacking you, like I'm playing Gold Paladin, say I have a good, you know, matchup against Angel Feather as opposed to Shadow Paladin just blowing you out. You know, like I shouldn't get punished for playing a good matchup against you, even though I'm playing a subpar deck. Like there needs to be restrictions in place for something that good.
I think it's fine if it's a non-hit skill. It's
What
just
if
like,
it was a skill that said like reduce the amount of damage you take this turn by 1?
Now, I think it would have to be like if you're taking like 3 or more, like Robbie said. I wouldn't mind it if Angel Feathers, like if they're on hit, was a swap with the damage zone, so you can switch into another column or 2.
they
I wouldn't
already
mind
have
that
that.
aspect of it. Not an on hit. They have it before. Like if let's say my Vanguard hits and I can swap literally my column like that just attack, put it in the damage zone, take something out, and take that out. Like I'm talking about when my Vanguard attacks, so I can get a 4th or 5th attack in. I wouldn't mind that either because with the power columns that would be pretty good.
I think Angel Feather should just have the clause that says you can play heal triggers. That way you can take away, you know, it's a give or take kind of thing. Like you lose one of your criticals or one of your draw triggers, and you're forced to play the 8 heals. I definitely think that'd be the proper way to go. I mean, yeah, people are going to get mad when they get double healed, but that's kind of the theme behind the deck. You know, it's the damage swapping. So if you're taking away...
So give
you
them
know,
like one of those special triggers that like Aqua Force has that says you can run up
Yeah.
to 8 of it or whatever.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that would be good because then you don't have to create some overly broken skills, and then you can kind of control the triggers in the deck.
Now, honestly, though, do you really think an on-heal effect would be overly broken? Like, the rest of the clan would have... I don't even know what they would do other than call. Like, I think
And
they...
if anything, just make it like a Diablo where you can only do it twice.
I think
The
it's,
healing aspect. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go on.
I think the healing aspect. I think it's a good idea. Like if you take a certain amount of damage, you can heal 1. I think that'd be kind of sweet.
Yeah, but not every deck is going to hit you for 2 or more crit. Like, yes...
And it wouldn't hurt that type of deck, but it would definitely be like an anti-meta. So if I'm coming at you with a Diablo for 2 crit, and if I deal a 3rd damage and you heal 1, that's kind of
Still taking
cool.
2 damage at the end is crazy. Like,
This is where the side deck would be fucking hot shit in this game.
But,
Alright? Like,
Jonathan, if you hit a heal off of like one of those, and then you're allowed to heal another one because the damage is still going through.
yeah.
So there's potential there. I can see where it's good and where it's
It
bad.
still sounds defensive, and I don't like... I think Angel Feathers needs to come off as an aggressive base. Like, they've been far too long. Like, Shamsu was beautiful for the fact that you would power up your combos when attacking. Like, I think they need to go that route a little bit more than the defensive. Like, Celestials reminded me very defensively because it's like, oh, when this unit is placed here, it pops out, yada, yada, yada. Like, they need to get away from that and actually... They need to go, like, dark. Like, I saw the art the other day. Like, if this girl's the bad girl, they need to give her, like, that darky, like, not a defensive. Like, she would be an aggressive, you know, like, her character seems aggressive. Like, I think that's the route they need to go to is like, some form of mechanic that goes, oh, I get to heal a damage after I've dealt you 2 damage, or, like, something like that. Like, it shouldn't be the other way around. Like, I'm so tired of the defensive decks Like, and then they took an offensive deck recently and made it an offensive and into defensive. Like, let's switch the roles. Let's make Angel Feather meta.
I'd shit my pants if it was tier 1.
I mean, like, but look, I mean, like, they're not a deck that should be frightened. They hardly have little to no support. What they do is completely outdated. Like, anything new that'll come out will be kind of like Murakumo in the respect of, like, it'll make the clan good for a while, and then the next thing will come out, and then it's bad again. Like,
well, that's kind of the problem with Vanguard. The power creep is so quick in this game, it's ridiculous.
yeah. But people have figured out how to get around Diablo now. You just run fucking Glendios, and then it doesn't even matter what your damage.
Or you play that brawler deck that attacks 5 units. That seems really good.
That's also a good option, yeah.
Or heavy duty can just win first.
I don't have any way to recover from losing 5 units. I'm not gonna lie.
You finally know how to beat Robbie.
No,
John already knows how to beat me. Summon a bunch of little
I'm one of the very few that's
furry
actually,
friends.
like, has been admitted by Robbie, knows how to beat Robbie, and I don't even like playing Robbie still. Like, I don't even like to go near him.
I chum rush John every game I play him, and I'm just like, oh great, here's the guy that calls the top card. Oh look, it's the Musketeer. Oh, you got another one of it. Call another one. Yay, columns. Like,
it's true.
if you could just imagine what rape looks like, that's pretty much what it looks like. It's a bunch of woodland creatures attacking the forest fang.
It's like in South Park. What was the little furry creatures, the Christmas critters?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, John. Can we design a playmat that just has your fucking avatar just has fucking Blaster Dark like hunched over and he's just getting raped, like whipped and everything? Like,
I'd buy that.
Can we just do that? Can that be our next mat? Like, we'll just phrase it. John always beats Robbie, and it's just a fucking picture of John molesting Blaster Dark as fucking Primavera or whatever it is.
I would buy that bet.
Yo, and no, the best part is fucking Sour Slice is in a fucking tree watching. He's like, oh my god, what's going on? There's fucking 4 of them. They're all like, hi guys, what's going on? I'm here for the show. Like, they're all jacking each other off, powering out to like fucking 1,000 each.
It better be a mat after this stream, goddammit.
Yo, like, every time I see John have 4 Sour Slices on the board, I'm just fucking think it's a gay fucking orgy over there. Right? Like, let's be honest here. They're all just jacking each other off. They're like, here, let me help my buddy out. Like, helping hand go for Pokemon.
That lemon party, though.
So, John, I'm not going to lie. You're going to design a mat with your avatar just Blaster Dark bent over, just getting wrecked. All right? You're doing this.
I kind of want to have Vera just plowing.
Like, no, there can't be any sex. You know, like, you remember the old Soul Calibur 2 references with What's-Her-Face and Link bent over and he's just getting whipped or some shit?
Yeah.
Please tell me you do.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be just like that.
What does Vera have in her hand? Is it a sword? Like,
It's a whip sword, yeah.
Yeah, like, we got this. I just made John's night, like...
I want the
That
sour.
guy say your next Vanguardian's mat is going to be very BDSMG or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, she's very, I can see that. She's even got, this could be very 50 Shades of Vanguard. 50 Shades of...
Oh my god, yes! John always beats Robbie, the 50 Shades edition.
We have it done.
Okay, for our viewers, can you image it? Can you think about what this is gonna look like?
Go to Cray and imagine it.
Go to Cray. Yo, I'm never gonna get this image of 4 Sour Slicers jacking each other off out of my fucking mind though. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you think it burns because of the citrus?
Oh, God. All right.
John, like, John,
We got
you
a
can't lie.
hashtag lemon party.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
we do. Everyone go Google Lemon Party. You'll love yourself.
Yes. And when you guys are done, you should definitely Google egg shoot.
Oh.
No, 50 Shades of Grey. I'm not. I really hope we can just get something of Angel Feathers.
I'm going over here and I'm starting
All right,
hashtag lemon party.
John, I'm gonna pitch this Angel Feather idea that came from Tactical Karibo. He said Angel Feather had if it's 2 copies in the damage zone, heal 1. Now, if that was a stride persona flip, like if you have 2 in the stride zone and you flip 2 copies, heal 1, would that work a little bit, or would you want more?
Actually, I think that'd be really good, considering you can control what goes in and out of the damage zone.
You have to heal 1 card that's not that one, right, though?
Well, no, wasn't it? If
No,
you have a
if
copy,
you
you
have-
heal one of them.
If you have 2 copies, just heal one. That's all.
Yeah.
It'll be
No.
like a flip stride persona thing.
But that's not really doing anything. Like, you're just healing a copy for flipping a card, which if you're at 5, I guess that's fine. You can go to 4. If you're at 4, you go to 3. But, like,
YOLO.
yeah, it's better. I mean, it's definitely better.
Anything that the clan has right now is better than what it already has. Like, let's be
Yeah, I
honest.
just really want them to imagine. Oh my god. I just really want them to go a different route with Angel Feather. Like, I feel of all the clans, like, Murakumo kept their concept. Yeah, they got a re-standard, but it's really what they needed for people to even remotely take interest in them.
I had interest when I saw Shirayuki got a limit break enabler. Then I saw the deck was good.
Yeah, but you got to find a way to get those cards back into the deck. So like, you have to keep bleeding. I don't know. It'll be fun to see. Obviously, we're gonna be seeing stuff soon. Like, oh my god, we call it juicing. Oh my god.
So John, we're gonna start another movement. It's gonna be called #Juicebox.
Hashtag
no.
juice box.
We're gonna. All right, guys, we're coming to an end here. I want to.
John, if I may, real quick.
Yeah.
Just because Edward read it wrong. It was on hit, if you have 2 copies of a card in the damage zone, heal one, and the persona flip being choose a card in your damage zone and heal all copies of that card.
Okay, I like that.
Ooh, that's bad.
Why is that bad? You just healed out your thing. You remove yourself 2 damage or more.
Because the fact that you can heal from 4 to 0, there needs to be a little bit more of a restriction.
Oh, come on!
You do have to go through so many cards to make that happen.
Real quick about your fucking restanding abyss, your fucking Diablo that gets a crit and makes it counter, like, you can't even guard against it. Like, and you're saying there's a card that would require so much setup in the damage zone to be bad in order
Can we just talk about that? I didn't realize that I don't have to retire the 3 units. I can just persona flip the copy and have my guy gain 10,001 crit.
Get a crit.
I didn't realize that until yesterday when I was playing the deck. I'm like,
You get an effect. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming on. I want to thank you, Blake. I want to thank you, Edward, Greg, Gage, Robbie. Thank you guys for coming and doing After Hours.
Hashtag Lemon Party.
Hashtag Lemon Party. We'll be working on that, Matt. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking through. I hope you guys found a lot of fun out of this, and definitely will be doing more in the future. I always like the after-hour ones because we can be a little bit naughtier. Today I felt we were pretty...
John doesn't let me in the regular streams. I'm grounded.
You were in the one, and that was enough. That was enough.
Thanks, fam.
All right. Well, everyone have a great night. We will talk to you soon.